First of all, I'd like to thank Ria and Sonia for giving me this opportunity. And I also would like to thank EPG for a wonderful paper. I think where I'm going to start is where the paper ended, because some of the things that they were talking about was that there is a need for a fellow system to look for those entrepreneurs, for those leaders among the young people with innovative ideas, and also to try to affect the ecosystem. And I think that this is really what Ashoka is trying to do before in Pakistan, but also when we are trying to relaunch Pakistan. Ashoka is the largest organization, or what we like to call the platform for social innovation and social entrepreneurship. Our definition of a social entrepreneur includes, but not only, the social enterprises, or people who have a sustainable social enterprise. So for us, a social entrepreneur could be anybody who is involved in working with even the fishing industry, like the traders talking here, or is somebody addressing women's battering or addressing violence against women, which might not be a sustainable endeavor. However, it is a social innovative idea to address a social challenge. And I just wanted to say this because for us, we have 3,000 social entrepreneurs or fellows that go through a very tough due diligence process in order to be Ashoka fellows in more than 70 countries. And some of them, especially the last 3 or 4 years, have been social enterprises or for-profit organizations. We do not differentiate. We are more concerned with the cause and the vocation of the person and his or her commitment. In Pakistan, we started in 1997, and we have 47 fellows, or 47 social entrepreneurs. Some of them are very well known, like Roshana Zafar, Ashoka Hassan, and Shoaib Sultan Khan. Just some examples of very famous people. Roshana Zafar was the first one to do microcredit in Pakistan, and she has one of the largest organizations that empower women, and she was with us on one of the phone calls. And she's very, very well respected and known all over the world. When Ashoka discovered her many, many years ago, we were there to support her, as we support a lot of our fellows, and provide them with a stipend, and also support visibility, networking, and a lot of other things that we do. Now, Pakistan what I want to say is that the last 4 or 5 years, Ashoka was not very active in Pakistan. We just hired a new director, and we're trying to relaunch the program. But also, the study helped us a lot, and a lot of the research that we're doing, because as the previous was saying, there's 187 million people in Pakistan, and the citizen sector there is growing. One of the interesting things which we noticed when we were doing recent research so that we can relaunch the program is how there is so much innovation among the young people, how there are many new initiatives that are coming up. It's a very vibrant social sector in spite of all. And again, I always believe social entrepreneurs really rise when there are a lot of political, let's say, strictness. So there is a vibrant social sector there, and really there is also it's time where we need to invest in social entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship, as we've seen in other countries, is a response to challenges that come up. And Ashoka wants to tap into this. We want to go back, and we want to start working again with younger people. We want to start to work with leading social entrepreneurs, but also what we call change makers. Because we believe everyone is a change maker, and sometimes some of the people are not yet at the level of being an Ashoka fellow because they're still early cycle, but we want to also start these new venues in Pakistan and work with the change makers, young people with new ideas. The study by EPG really showed that we need to re-engage these entrepreneurs, and also that there is a gap in the market. There is a lot of supply, there is a lot of, and there is a lot of demand, but somehow, as Priya was just saying, the linkages are not there. And we have identified that too when we're working in Pakistan. We believe also something else. We believe that the world is changing. And in the paper, there was a discussion about how the globalization is now showing that there is a need by the first world to go back to countries like Pakistan or India or the Middle East, whereby there is a lot of talent there. I also think, in addition to that, the challenges that we are facing in countries like Pakistan or the Middle East or Bangladesh, these challenges, because of globalization, will affect the rest of the world. And therefore, it is really timely that we address these challenges. And from our experience, Ashoka has been working for 30 years all over the world. From our experience, the only way to address these challenges is really through the social entrepreneurs, for profit or not. And trying to say is that we need a hybrid. I agree that there is a need, of course, to work in universities with the business sector and with the business schools. But I also think, and Ashoka thinks, that there is a need for developing this hybrid. A hybrid which is a mixture of the social entrepreneur and the business. So it's not inclusive business. It's not business with a heart, as I like to call it. It's a new animal whereby, and I think the UK is the most advanced country in the world that has this type of hybrid. It does not exist in the United States, and it has not existed in other countries of the world. And this is really what we're trying to develop here. We need hybrids that are new even in the product. So we need people working on renewable energy, new financial models, and mobile banking, for example, which again, the paper was showing that this is happening in Pakistan. And a lot of the people that are applying to become Ashoka Fellows are coming to these new models. So in the content itself, or the subject, we need these new ideas, but also, and I think this is, I want to stress on, we need also the way things work differently. Not just being a social enterprise working as a business or an NGO that works not for profit. We need this hybrid that does not exist in Pakistan. All our work, and all the people that we're working with and the committee we have from all the 47 fellows in Pakistan, it does not exist now, and I think I agree also with Priya when we say we need to change the ecosystem. What Ashoka can do really, and what we propose to do and we intend to do in Pakistan is to help scale up existing models, and we have done this through something we call the globalizer, whereby we get all our fellows from all over the world who have best practices and some of our business partners, and we go to countries where there are people ready to scale up with their ideas, and we help them and we work on globalizing the model. And again, not we as staff members, but really our fellows and our partners, to also try to find, identify, and support newcomers or early cycle initiatives. So not only the ones who are mid-cycle, kind of like the angel investor in the business world, and also to work on creating and improving an ecosystem for a hybrid sector. We believe that, again, and I keep on repeating myself, because whenever we sit with the business, people coming from a business background, they think we're only talking about social enterprise. But we're also talking about social ventures that sometimes might not be sustainable in the financial sense, but it is needed. And again, the challenges our countries are facing of poverty and a lot of inequalities among certain groups will not always be resolved by just financially sustainable projects. Ashoka's value added is we intend to continue identifying and supporting the next generation of Pakistani inspirational leaders through our Diaspora initiative, and we have a Diaspora initiative where we identify young professionals, mid-career professionals who want to give back to their homes, to their home, not home country, original country, because a lot of people, England and America is their home country, but they want to go back to their ancestral home. And really, what we do with our ASN members, Ashoka Support Network members who are young mid-career professionals, is that they provide some investment, and it's a long-term, to the fellows in the countries, but also the know-how. And again, one of the biggest problems is the know-how. A lot of these inspirational leaders, young people who are interested in social entrepreneurship and coming with new ideas, lack the know-how. And although we work with the McKinseys of this world and they provide a lot of pro bono services, it is not enough. What is needed is holding the hand sometimes of the young people, and this is what our Diaspora initiative and the ASN members provide. And finally, through our network of global fellows, support elected fellows in Pakistan and create a group entrepreneurship. What we also do is we get several fellows to work together if they have one team to tip the sector. So for example, we have many fellows all over the world now working on solar energy and renewable energy. And from everywhere in the world. So we have something called the Law for All, where several of the people in South Asia are working together, fellows from different countries, working together to address certain laws related to housing and to land and property. So again, that's what we hope to do, elect fellows, use our network of diaspora leaders to provide financial support, but also really investment in the know-how, and finally, to do the group entrepreneurship. We want to engage the diaspora in several things, as I said, through providing skills for our fellows, providing the strategy to help our fellows, and finally, try with policymakers, with the linkages with other groups, to really change the ecosystem in Pakistan. Thank you very much.